Ark Raiders is about to take over, and if you don't know what it is, let me show you. With the Ark Raiders Open Server Slam happening this weekend, opening up to 189,000 players, sitting at number 4 in the top most wishlisted games, with a price tag for their deluxe edition being less than a full-price AAA game, and with a ton of press and content creators jumping on the hype train, the excitement is building for Ark Raiders. If you're a multiplayer shooter fan, this is the best time to be connected and tapped in because there's a lot of good stuff for us on the horizon. Like today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by a game you guys have been asking me to check out. It's called Rules of Engagement: The Gray State. And this isn't your typical shooter. Imagine if a tactical extraction shooter and a deep RPG had a baby and then dropped it in the middle of a nightmare dimension full of monsters, rival squads, and alien artifacts. You play as a Strider, a hired gun sent into this unstable world to retrieve something called the Vertex, while every other squad in the zone is trying to do the exact same thing. Every match starts equal. There's no fancy gear. There's no pay-to-win nonsense. You scavenge, survive, and extract what you earn, or you risk it all for the big score. And the cool part is it's not just a looter shooter, it's a full-on RPG. Massive talent trees, build customization, and classes that actually play completely different. Like you can play as Sledge, a tank swinging a shield and hammer, or you can grab a skill that gives them a shotgun or a recoilless rifle. Or you can play as Pyro, who literally sets the battlefield on fire with his flamethrower, or you can grab an ability that gives you an incendiary bomb, and you can boost that damage with a thermal overclock ability, or Phantom, a stealth assassin that disappears between kills, using her optical camouflage. You can also tune her with abilities like Flawless Execution, which turns melee attacks from behind into powerful one-hit kill takedowns. And if two players are using the same class, they'll still feel totally unique. It's set in what they call a horror-verse, so it's not straight horror, but a lore-driven world crawling with creatures inspired by classic monsters, myths, and creepypastas. It's unpredictable, it's strategic, and it looks gnarly. So if you're into games that reward smart play and team synergy instead of microtransactions, click the link in the description, wishlist Rules of Engagement the Gray State on Steam, and help support the channel while you're at it. A big shout out to Rules of Engagement for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. Ark Raiders is currently in their final phase of development as the game is launching on October 30th. Excitement for the game has never been higher, and this weekend's Server Slam is a testament to that. Yes, there are some people who don't like the game, they're not a fan of third-person shooters, or honestly, I see a lot of people being negative just for the sake of being negative, but you're gonna get that with any game in 2025. The reason I'm a fan of Ark Raiders is three-pronged. It's one of the most immersive games I've played in years. I wanted the intro of this video to tell a story of the environment, the sound design, and the overall gameplay loop. The world is beautiful, running on Unreal Engine 5 with some of the best soundscapes in the industry. I also think this is one of the most polished AA or AAA experiences in the extraction genre. And I say AA or AAA because while Embark isn't of the same scale as a company like Ubisoft or EA, I think they're taking them to task and putting up a game that rivals the biggest AAA games in the industry. They're showing up and stomping on almost everyone else in the space with their polish and their QA. I haven't run into a single bug this weekend. Even with it being a stress test, there were zero issues. The game ran flawlessly and is pretty much bug-free from my experience, and has a UI/user experience that is streamlined, easy to navigate, and clear, with no menu clutter or confusing layouts. It's a winner. And of course, I think the gameplay itself is intense, visceral, with a good amount of TTK. PvP fights can be prolonged, but enemies don't really feel too spongy nor too squishy. Contrast that with the Ark, that since Tech Test 2 earlier this year have received some pretty massive buffs, including what feels like an increased aggro range, damage, and health boosts, and from my experience, there's just a ton more roaming around this time, especially near extracts. I know this can be frustrating for some players, but in my opinion, I like a game where the enemies feel threatening and make you think twice about just W-keying into fights with other players. Sound does draw these mechanical demons to your location, so gunfire sometimes isn't the best option. And with the ability to proxy chat with other players, I've already seen multiple instances of grouping up or people just wanting to be friendly in the face of adversity, which in my opinion leads to better community experiences overall. As I was filming for this video, I ran into quite a few friendly folk who just wanted to experience Topside without conflict and extract back to Speranza untouched. They clearly don't know me.
Yo, can I come, please?
Yeah, I need to come too. I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, you're good.
Holy fuck, buddy. That was crazy. Thank you.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Hey, do you need help? Do you need help, brother?
Bro, please.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, no, sorry. You scared the shit out of me. I thought you were gonna jump me.
You're all good, bro. Have a good one.
You too. I know this weekend was all about stress testing their servers, but a lot of people who weren't able to participate in tests previous were using this as an opportunity to try the game out before they pre-order or buy the game at launch. Embark knew this and offered another bonus to the pre-orders to celebrate this weekend's stress test. Only the current branch of the game doesn't have anywhere near the content that was in previous tests, leaving some players wondering why. A viewer in my chat compared it to giving you a cookie and telling you to lick the surface, but you can't take a bite. Nobody can really gauge on what amount of content is actually going to be in the game, with some people citing that this branch has around 10% of the full game's content. And that was the same number being thrown around during Tech Test 2, with some people citing anywhere from 10 to 30% of the game's content being available there. All I can say is, for a demo or a server stress test, you should be able to gauge in a few runs whether this game is going to be worth it for you or not. And if you can't and you need more time to bite before you make a purchase, wait for a sale. What we do know is the game's going to launch with 4 maps, including Dam Battlegrounds, Buried City, Spaceport, and Blue Gate, and there are rumors of another location people call Stella Montis, but how to reach that is still unknown. Each of these maps will have a dynamic condition, including night variants, electromagnetic storms, harvest seasons, hidden bunkers, and more. The Ark range from small ticks upwards to flying wasps and hornets, and even a world boss called the Queen. XP progression, skill trees, feats, which are challenges that earn you cred to spend on cosmetics in a Raider deck system similar to Helldivers 2. There's a ton of workshop benches to upgrade, craft, and repair gear, as well as weekly trials with difficulty tiers, leaderboards, rotating masteries, and rewards. And if you guys want to learn about server wipes and resets and how Ark Raiders is going to handle it, check out my last Ark Raiders video covering their expedition system. You can even customize your character with different faces, hairstyles, body types, backpacks, and different attachments. There's a ton of content in the game for $40, and I'm not too worried about getting my money's worth here. This video is all positive, which means some people are going to say I'm sponsored. I'm not. I am planning on doing some stuff with Embark in the future closer to launch, but hand to God honest, this is my most anticipated release of the year, and the fact that it's launching 3 weeks after Battlefield 6, which is also taking up pretty much all of my time, I'm so thankful that we made it here, guys. A lot of people believe that I hate every game that I touch, and while that may be true for like 80% of them, I ride or die the games that I love until the wheels fall off or the community does. And I fully believe Ark Raiders is going to be one of the best games of the year if you're into multiplayer PvPvE extraction games. So if you guys want a ton more Ark Raiders content, make sure you were subscribed with the bell set to all so you never miss a video. Leave a like on this one and let me know your guys' thoughts on Ark Raiders as a whole, the server slam test happening this weekend. Are you going to be buying Ark Raiders at launch? Let's have a conversation. Shout out to all of my patrons who are supporting this channel. You guys can support over on patreon.com/BigFry. My new podcast, Push to Talk, powered by Patreon, just launched yesterday. Patreon members get 48-hour early access to all episodes. Click the link in the description down below and get tapped in. I appreciate you guys watching. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.